90% of sales teams are just surviving, not running like a well-oiled machine. Today I'll show you how to build a 2026 sales team where every step is measured, every move is predictable, and success doesn't hinge on a single star rep. Let's get it started. Today, we're not talking just about sales motivation, magical scripts. We are talking about how to build a real, functional, and predictable sales department in 2025. This video is for those who want to not just sell, but to build a scalable system. Welcome. I'm Yulia Solovyova. I help companies grow both in local and international markets. My work is strategy, profitability, and structured sales without chaos. Sales starts with numbers, not people. When we build a sales department, we don't start with hiring, we start with numbers. This first thing we calculate is the unit economics of a deal, not just margin, but the full path to profit. How many does one lead cost? How many touches before a call? How many calls before a meeting? What customer acquisition cost are we willing to accept? If the customer brings 3 times revenue in return, what we're going to spend for that? Until this math is clear, hiring a salespeople is dangerous. You lose time and money. Then we map the funnel. Who is our ideal customer profile? What specific pain do we solve for them? Do we have at least one tested script with 15% reply rate? My advice, don't build the team before you build the process. Otherwise, you'll be changing not only your strategy, but your people. We work, for example, with a Czech company that builds warehouses automation software. They were preparing to enter 3 new markets: Spain, the Netherlands, and the Czech Republic. Their team believed the product would sell itself, but we didn't jump into outreach right away. First, we spent 6 weeks on preparation, adapted positioning to local pains, slow intake, no system integration, sent cold emails to mid-sized logistic firms and distribution centers, A/B tested landing pages and demo flows for each of market. Only when we saw 15% consistent growth and reply rates request, we started build local sales teams. Secondly, team and roles. Most companies hire a sales manager and hope that person can do everything. But in real B2B sales, that doesn't work. We don't hire generalists, we build specialized roles. SDR, sales development representative. Find the leads, qualify them, and warm them up to the first call or meeting. Account executive handles demos, negotiations, objections, and closes a deal. Customer success manager manages post-sale relationship retention and expansion. Each role has its own KPIs. SDRs track outreach volume, reply rate, and conversion to qualified calls. Account executives follow deal progression and win rate. CSMs measure net revenue per client, upsell, cross-sell, and churn rate. For example, one of our clients, the UK software company serving logistics providers, had 1 salesperson during everything. We split the roles. Within 2 quarters, churn dropped from 27 to 11%, and sales grew by 36%. That's an amazing result. Third thing, CRM is your foundation. It's not just a spreadsheet of contacts. It's your operating system for sales. We implement mandatory fields for each pipeline stage, automated follow-up reminders, integration with emails, calls, calendars, and even AI call analysis. Clear next steps and dates on every deal. Without this, deals stall and salesperson forget what they promised to whom. Very important case. Our client, Irish finance company, working with the clients in Baltic, moved from Excel to HubSpot. This is not an advertising. There are so many good CRMs. We'll cover that in another video. And this change gave them a shorter sales cycle, 30% more leads processed by the same team, and a predictable pipeline. So be mindful with your CRM. Testing the hypotheses. We never rely on a single lead channel. We always keep 1 to 2 options active in test mode. These options aren't just an idea, it's a formula. Who are we targeting? Through which channels? With what messages? And what metrics will prove it works? For example, one of our clients, a Portuguese SaaS company automating finance teams, they tested cold outbound emails in the legal tech space. As a result, only 3% response rate and no sale. Then we ran webinars with fintech partners in the Baltics. As a result, 21% qualified leads and a scalable channel. Metrics that matter. Do not rely only on dashboards that you never look on or looks once per year. You need metrics that drive actions. Here are the ones we track. CAC Payback, how many months to recover clients' acquisition cost. SQL-to-Win Rate, percentage of sales qualified leads that convert into closed deals, for example. Pipeline coverage. Does your current pipeline support your monthly or quarterly target? Deal velocity. How many days from first contact to sign contract? SDR capacity. How many hours or leads one SDR can realistically handle? And the case study. One of our clients, an agri-tech company, had a dozen of stalled deals inactive for over 90 days. They looked in progress but had no touches, calls, or scheduled follow-ups. We introduced a system. Any deal inactive for 30 days went to a needs action list. Every 2 weeks, sales reviewed them, sent follow-ups, shared new materials with the potential clients, or checked whether the opportunity was still relevant to the potential clients in general. As a result, 12% of stalled deals reactivated, cleaner pipeline, stronger focus on live opportunities. Overall conversion to closed deals rose by 19%. How we scale. Once the system works, we scale processes, not people. That means all scripts, templates, answers documented in Notion. Onboarding recorded on video, KPIs in dashboards, and we hire not rock stars but operators who can reliably execute within the system. Final thoughts. A sales department is not about inspiration or chaos. It's about process, discipline, and continuous improvement. If you want to build it right, start with the end in mind. What does stable caching look like? Who owns which part of the journey? What's predictable and what still needs testing? And how will you scale it in general? This isn't a theory. This is what we implement with B2B, SaaS, agri-servicing companies across Europe, the US, no matter Middle East. This works everywhere. If this resonates with you, subscribe and drop me a comment. Which of these systems have you already implemented? See you in the next video.